Yeah, hats off to Oregon. They were really ready to play. Duarte, came in and really had a great half, got them off to a great start. They're getting healthy and they're getting their guys back, and they're a good team. And so not disappointed really with the effort, we put forth. I thought we shot it a little quick at times in the first half, and just a couple of no pass possessions that we couldn't really afford to have. It was tough to see Graham get his second foul and not be able to play the minutes I hoped that he would play. And but he did very well in the second half, and as did Kamani Lawrence with 12 rebounds, and John Olmstead, who had a nice play, and for a walk-on to come in who has never played to what he did, counted well for himself, and came into this game knowing what I knew about who wasn't going to be available, that we kind of needed, I think, Remy and Josh, or Remy and Zoe, or Josh and Zoe. We needed, kind of two guys that really had a pretty special game for us to have a real good chance, and we just weren't able to get that. Remy had a big night offensively, but Josh, when he had that great block and landed, was not right after that, and he already came into the game with with a bruise in his lower leg, so he was not moving great start second half, so we thought it was the best thing to shut him down. So tough night in that regard.
We'll now open it up to questions. Please use the raise hand function if you have a question. Starting off with Trevor.
Hey, Bobby, you mentioned it. Oregon's just one of the more difficult teams to prepare for with how they change up their defenses. Just given that, when Marcus being out, how challenging was it just to try to put together a collective rhythm offensively?
Yeah, I'll review the film, but we were 3 of 14 from three, and I thought we had some pretty decent looks in the first half, and we just didn't shoot it great, and we needed to, being down 7, maybe we needed 2 more in that first half to go down for us, and we shot it better in the second half, 6 of 12. So that's been a common theme, and certainly the way they play is unique, with their 3-quarter court pressure, and then the matchup, and like I touched on, I thought when the ball was down at the other end on our first half, we had a few possessions where we just went too quick without passing the ball at all, and when we do that, it generally doesn't result in anything positive unless we have a really clear advantage.
Adam.
Hey, Coach. Just with Chris Dawson being out, you had to go with John Olmstead, the walk-on, and he had his first career points on that dunk. How would you rate his performance and just the lack of depth having to go to really deep into the bench today?
Well, it's Josh doesn't play the 4. He was out there playing the 4 some today with really small lineups. John, I thought he came in and really was like a pro. He came in and he wasn't, the situation wasn't too big for him. He was solid. He just did the right things while he was out there. He didn't really make any mistakes or errors. So he was very solid, and he's a hard worker. He's a great kid, and he was one of the first guys to get in the gym back in July, and that's kind of what I reminded him of as he was preparing, to know that he was going to play tonight.
Carson.
Hey, Bobby, you talked about needing a couple guys to get it going offensively tonight, but obviously Zoe wasn't in the closing lineup. What sort of went into the decision to go with Holland and Jalen there instead of Zoe?
Well, Zoe's numbers were not great today. He wasn't in a great rhythm, on offense. And, I liked the energy that House and Holland were providing. And even Caleb Christopher, to go in and he got a charge for us at a key moment. We were able to somehow cut it to 7, even though we shot 33% for the game. And to be that close, was a pretty good statement about just how hard these kids are playing despite a ton of adversity.
Any other questions for Coach? Carson again.
Yeah, Bobby, just obviously with the shortage of defensive bigs, seems like you guys were taking a lot of gambles on that end if it was Jalen or Holland. Sort of how did you feel like that played out? And how did that work to your guys' advantage on that end? And then also maybe make things a little harder rotating and getting out to the perimeter and all that?
I mean, we took a similar approach that we've had all season, and we trying to utilize the the speed that we have with our guards and being down, multiple front court players. We had to scramble some and try and be disruptive and not let them get it inside where they're close to the basket, because then, we were going to be in a lot of trouble because of the advantage they had on the front court in this game.
Chris?
Yeah, Bobby, any more perspective you can provide on the injuries, the ankle injuries to those guys? Did they get hurt just this week?
Yeah, it was tough because I talked to all you guys, and right after practice yesterday, and I said it was the best 40 minutes of practice that we've had all year, and that 40 minutes was outstanding. And then in the next 6 minutes, we were just kind of winding down the live portions of what we were doing, and then that's when Josh was kicked in the leg and he left and I never saw him. And then about 2 minutes later, Chris Austin went down with the ankle. And then about 2 minutes later, it was Marcus. So it was like bang, bang, bang. And those guys were out, and then we couldn't do anything else. We still hadn't even worked on their pressure yet. So it ended up that Coach Coleman was in practice and I was in practice on the scout team, trying to simulate Oregon's pressure. I mean, I don't think that that's going to really get us ready to go against something that they do very well. But that's the situation that we were thrusted in. And then it was just a matter of seeing. And when I spoke to you guys, I still didn't really know what the status would be for those three. So couldn't really give you any more updates until I was able to get an assessment, this morning from our trainer.
Last question, Adam.
Yeah, Coach. Remy started the game 0 for 4 from deep, but then he eventually found his shot and he ended with 30 points. Just some thoughts on his performance overall.
It's a gutsy performance. Just flying all over the court, doing whatever he can. The kid's got a huge heart. Just trying to make plays, trying to keep us in the game. No quit. No give up. Just again, huge heart. Really. Tremendous individual performance for us. But there were others, Kamani was in there battling, and Jalen Graham was, and we did a lot of good things for what, the hand that we were dealt today.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
Thank you.
Jalen, how difficult was it in terms of preparing for Oregon when you have to have Coach Coleman and Coach Hurley in practice with you guys after you get some tough injuries at the end of practice?
It's very tough, We're missing key players, and we didn't going into the practice. It was like mid-practice when they got injured, so we didn't think that they were gonna be hurt. We were still practicing with them, put them in the game plan, and when you lose two major guys that play major minutes, it's hard to make those up and have other people contribute those type of minutes.
Adam.
Yeah, just along that theme of losing key players, Josh ended up not playing the majority of that second half. Do you feel like that really affected you guys just offensively, defensively, all around?
I feel like him and everybody else that we missed today, affected us. It just sucks that we're fighting through injuries. We just came back. We were playing hard, had a good practice. Lost two guys. Then lost another guy. Second half. So it's just hard. But we kept fighting and we showed our toughness for sure.
Carson.
Hey, Jalen, you guys ended up winning the battle on the boards tonight. How did you feel like you guys competed down there, and how did you feel the team's effort was there?
Like I said, we played tough today. We battled, we fought down there. We just weren't hitting shots, which is not it. Which is understandable coming off missing three of our key players. So we're still playing hard. We're still gonna fight and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised that we won the rebound battle.
Any other questions for Jalen? Jacob.
Jalen, what was the message like in the locker room after a game like this? Because like you said, you guys felt like you played tough and you played hard, but you don't get the result that you wanted. So what is the message after a game that goes this way?
Keep competing, keep your heads up, and we got another one on Sunday. That's the great thing about basketball. You lose one, you get to play 2 days after that. So, and hopefully some of our guys will be back and healthy and playing. So we'll be ready.
Any more for Jalen? All right. Thank you, Jalen.